All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another live trading session. Took a little break here, had to get some things together, but we are back. Yeah, y'all. Join, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the website, check out the channel. If you got any questions or anything, leave them in the comments and we will get to them. All right. Other than that, let's jump right into these charts. Not too much going on today. It's a little slower, to be honest, but let's go through it all. So cool. Starting at the top here with, y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, starting at the top with NAS 100. This has topped out. It's still just hitting higher highs and higher highs. You can tell because for one, the EMAs are pretty fanned out, and we got to go all the way down here just to see the 5200 cross, right? Which was all the way back on May 1st. So this thing has just been super hybrid since then. Crazy 30 or S&P. I would much rather for this to make its structure, break this, and then retest this zone, of course, and then catch this short. Right. Same thing, market baseline. We need to go below the static. Right. Come back up for this reload and then drop. So I'll be interested in that move, but no longs. I don't want to take this any higher than what it is. Yeah, this is way too high to try to keep taking this long. It's like buying Bitcoin at 120,000. Like you gotta wait for a pullback or something. All right, so NAS 100, that is a pass for today. US 30, kind of the same flow, right? This is pretty hot too. Once again, oh, this is on a 4-hour chart. So let me do the one. My bad, guys. Actually, let me go back to this. Okay, yeah, same thing. No, this is really high. So US 30 though is a little bit different because on a 1-hour chart, we just got this fresh 5200 cross, as you can see here. And I will be looking for price to make that M off to 200. That's the next move in the cycle. Drop to 800 market baseline. We need to go back above the static for the reload. Whoops. All right, so let me just delete this. All right, I'm just gonna put reload here, then I'll copy this since I'm gonna end up putting the same thing. So yeah, we'll be looking for this reload here. And copy, cool. All right, so that is more of what the move would look like. And to the short side, it looks like we will have enough space to grab this. If this sets up, all right, you got to put this a little bit above. So cool. So yeah, this is looking like a nice 2-for-1. So that would be closer to take. But this is not happening just yet. So today, this is a pass. Next up is S&P 500. So yeah, this looks just like NAS 100, super high. I'm not interested in this going long at all. Just looking for this M top structure here. Break below, retest this zone with a nice M off the 200. All right, market baseline going below, back above the static for the reload. And I'll be interested in this move here. That would look something like this. You can take this down to this 200 EMA. All right, price above there. Nice, risking $1 to make $2.40. Not bad at all. This will probably take a minute to set up, and it might not even set up. It might continue to make higher highs. If it does that, I'm still not interested in the upside at all. I only want to short this. Moving along, we got gold. Gold is pretty easy to see. Reason being is we got a fresh 5,200 cross. Market baseline is actually already below the static for the reload, so that's good. We also have this outside the structure. So we got outside the band that lets you know this is the first leg. Just want to close back above, retest this area, boom, take off. Now this is much more interesting to take for the simple fact that the 5,200 has just crossed versus trying to take one of the other ones where it crossed forever ago, weeks ago. Make sure you let the price close above the 50 EMA here. Otherwise, it'll probably bounce off. Seeing that this target to the ADR high is a little bit low at only 0.88. You don't want to do that. Go ahead and take it to the highs here so you can get at least the full 1-for-1. In fact, it's about $1.34, risking $1. So much better play. In fact, this is not bad at all. I'll set an alert on this just to watch out for it. Just put a W off the 200 here, and boom. All right, so that is live. Next up is silver. Silver is a possible play for today, guys. This is why the strings are already on it. The only thing that it is missing is the 4-hour confirmation, right? Silver's a little bit different. We were talking about that earlier today. Technically, this does not close for another 50 minutes on silver. Right? If you look at the previous candle, the green one, you can see that price is above the red 13 EMA, which means it has no 4-hour confirmation just yet. Right? So just waiting on that one. Not looking bad at all. Risking $1 to make $2.23. I'm kind of liking those odds. Everything else about this, for the most part, is there. If I do take this, I'll probably just take it with a smaller position because it looks a little funny. I would have much rather have seen really something like this, like a second, and leg and then go down, right? Drop, retest and drop. We don't really have that, so to me, this looks a little off. So I'll probably just still take the trade, but risk less on it, right? So that is silver. Next up is crude oil. Crude oil is a SOB. This thing be, tough to trade sometimes, but just pointing out, we got the fresh 5,200 cross, as you can see here. What I'll be looking for next is price to come up. Give me that M structure off the 200 and the 800 in this particular case. Market baseline will go above the static for the reload. Right? Got to have that reload on this particular setup. Now, in this particular one, you need price to close below the 800 EMA because you don't want it to bounce off of it. Right? So be careful with that. And it will look something like this. Risking $1 to make $2.13. Looks pretty cute, actually. So this will take forever to happen, probably. Today's Wednesday. It probably won't happen today or tomorrow. This will probably be a move for next week. So be on the lookout for that. But today, this is a pass. Next up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin look like it can possibly set up for the shorts, which I will not be participating in if it does. Not a fan of shorting Bitcoin. You don't want to get short squeezed. But you see we got the 1350 cross there. Price runs down. Fakes you a little bit. Maybe you can get a move like this. Maybe. But it'll be a little bit tough to kind of trade it. 1350 has crossed back up to the upside, so it makes it a little bit less attractive to me. And we also have outside the band on this TDI here. So this might not even close below. It might not never set up. It might just continue, retest those higher highs again. Obviously, Bitcoin has gotten some more notoriety since it touched 123,000, 122,000. And yeah, everybody's just buying it up. So I don't want to short that. So I'm going to stay away from Bitcoin. The peso, We don't trade it. We just look at it. And cool, let's get into some currency pairs, right? So we was hoping that EU gave us the 4-hour master trade, right? We were looking for this move here, which it never gave us. Kind of just ran. As we always say, once you get this peak top here and 1350 crosses, you want price to run down, give you some type of pattern off this 50 and then drop. As you can see here, price has not touched the 50 at all. Well, it did during the 1350 cross, but it never came back after the run. So this is a pass. Additionally, the RSI line and the signal line has never went above the market baseline to take this short. So this was a pass altogether, right? Even when the 5200 crossed here, if you look at the market baseline, it never went above and gave you a reload. So this is dead. I don't want to touch this one at all. So let's just leave this one alone. Next up is EJ. EJ is really, really high. I don't want to touch this one at all either. We would be much more interested in the move to the downside after we get some structure going. All right. Maybe a move like this. This is going to be ugly though, no matter what, because by the time this happens, the 5200 will take a minute for it to cross. So this will end up looking very weird if it does set up, but we're looking for moves to the short side after the break and retest. So nothing there on EJ. Next up is Euro CAD. If it wants to show. Come on, Euro CAD, you can do it. Okay. All right, so like Euro CAD is kind of doing the same thing. This is easy to see. We got a 5200 cross here. Nice and simple. Which means the very next move is the M off the 200. Going to the downside. Market baseline needs to go above the static for the reload. No reload, no trade. All right, and that move will look something like this to the downside. You can target these lows here. Is there Eddie or low? Yes, there is. You can actually target this all the way down here. Stop off. This is nearly a 4-for-1, right? Now, obviously, it doesn't have to set up like this, but if it does, this will be a perfect trade to take. I mean, the R to R on this one is ridiculous. So super nice if this does set up, but for today, this is nothing. Next up is Euro NZD. I can already tell this is not a good one. We got to go way too far back just to look to see where the 5200 crossed at. So I'm not interested in this long at all, only the shorts. And I can kind of see this 22 peak top setting up here. So I want to see something else. Break, give me a little M structure, and then drop towards this 800 EMA. Market baseline go below the static, back above for the reload. All right, gotta have a reload on this particular setup. And that move will look something like this. Targeting this 800 EMA as well. Stops above the swing. Nice 2 for 2.5. Not bad at all if this sets up. So that's the move I would be looking for on that one, but that is not going to happen today. So today that is a pass on EN. Next up, Euro GBP. This one is really ugly. I saw this one earlier today. Yeah, this is just pretty fugly. We don't have any touches to the 200. And it kind of ran up to level 3 already, which is a little, that's what makes it funny, at least to me. So we got this 5200 cross over here. Actually, it's kind of back there a little bit, but anyway, We don't have a real W off the 200 yet. So we're kind of looking for some W off the 200 going back to the upside here. And then, sorry, I got distracted. And then also market baseline needs to go below the static for the infamous reload. And then that will look something like, to the upside, it will look something like this. Now we might not have enough room to grab this. The R to R might not make sense. Yeah. Cutting it a little close. Yeah, this looks like it's maybe exactly a 1-for-1. You can get a small pullback, but I don't like this one. So I'll leave this one alone altogether. Next up is EA. EA is super easy to see. We just got a fresh 5,200 cross here. As you can see, price has not touched the 200 EMA yet, which means price needs to come up, give us that M structure off the 200, then drop. Simultaneously, market baseline will need to go above the static for that reload. And that move will look something like this. Now you got to be careful with this one because price will need to close below the 800 EMA. As you see, this just gave you a 1-for-1. So be careful with this one if this does set up this way. But yeah, looking good on that. Today that's a pass, of course. GU is easy to see as well, for the simple fact that we have a not fresh, but we got the 5,200 cross, and price has not touched the 200 EMA. So I want to see some type of M structure off this 200 EMA. Market baseline is already tilting up. Go ahead and finish it out. Go above the static, give me that reload. And yeah, that move will look something like this. Targeting these lows here. And that's a nice 2.25. Not bad at all. So that would be the move. This will take a minute to happen. Probably won't happen this week. So for today, GU is a pass. Next up is GJ. GJ was nice the other day. Tried to grab this. There was news, so you had to get out of this. And then, of course, what does it do once you get out of the news? Out before the news, it runs. There's nothing you can do about that. It would be risky to hold on to the trade during news, because if it goes the other way, you're gonna be saying, damn, I should have closed the trade. Right? We don't trade high impact news at all. We stay away from it. But as you see, the 5,200 cross there, we had this beautiful W structure off this 200 EMA, and price ran right on up there. If you look at the TDI, if you look at the TDI, you can see that the market baseline crossed below the static here. So we had a nice reload down there as well. It was 4-hour confirmation. Everything about this trade was perfect, except the fact that there was news. But the move was right here, guys. Put the stops right below the swing, right? Went a little bit higher than that. Yeah, that's up. Can't do much about it. Maybe you can take it on the scratch the itch account if you want, like your risky account, but do not take that on your main account. That is, you're not trading at that point, you're gambling. So GJ's nothing today, obviously. Next up would be GA. Low. I don't want to touch this. You can see you got the 5,200 cross here. You had the move, which is the next part of the cycle. You got the move off the 200. Kind of funny looking, but that was the move. went sideways, and then dropped. Now you can't take this. This bounce off the 50. This is already really low. You see the market baseline is starting to point up as well. The better trade is to the long side, not the short side. So leave this from the long altogether. GC gave us the 5,200 cross right here. Obviously, the next move is, as always, it's the M off the 200. This one gave us like a little 12 setup, kind of retested this area, didn't break it, retested it again, and then dropped. So they pulled a fast one with this, but hey, there's nothing you can really do about that one. So this is really low. Don't want to try to continue to short this. The better move is to the upside. So GC is nothing today. GN, oh, look at that. I already got GN marked up. So as you can see here, obviously this is the 5,200 cross. Market baseline will need to come above the static for the reload and give us that M structure off the 200. Target these lows. I give you a nice $1 for $1.50. Well, $1.50 for $1. Not bad at all. This won't happen today. Maybe this week. Today's Wednesday. This could happen Thursday or Friday. So we'll see what that looks like then. Next up is pound Swiss. This is really, really low. I'm not gonna even attempt to go all the way back there to see what happened there. This is clearly the move is up to the better move is to the upside at this point. Want to get like some type of maybe something like this, right? Kind of run up, break, retest. Be interested in that move. Market baseline will be above the static there. You want to take it here, right? After the break and retest. Ain't no telling when this one is going to happen. So this is definitely a pass today. USD CAD. USD CAD is kind of easy to see. Got a fresh 5,200 cross here. So we know we're in level 2. And as you see, price has not really touched the 200 EMA after that. Yeah, it kind of nicked it here a little bit, but those are just more than anything. They're just wicks. You guys know we like the body. You got to get some body on that thing, not the wicks. The wicks don't really do anything. So next up for this setup, we will be wanting to see this W off this 200 EMA. Going long. Market baseline need to go below the static, back above for the reload. And that move will look something like this to the long side. Target those highs, stops below the swing. This might even give you a 2-for-1. Oh, actually, you can target the ADR high right here. So this is almost a 4-for-1. Look at that. So not bad at all on UC. This is clearly not happening today. So let's give it a minute. Next up is UF. UF, as you can see, is already marked up as well. We got the 5,200 cross here. Price is all the way up there. Needs to come back, give us this W structure. Create this reload on the market baseline. So below and back above. And target this ADR high over here. Or you can even target the 800 EMA. But to be honest, by the time this settles down and actually gets here, I think the 800 EMA and the ADR high would pretty much be at the same place. So this give you a nice 3-for-1. All right, risking $1 to make $3. Not bad at all. All right. Next up is UJ. I'm not feeling UJ at all. We got the fresh 5,200 cross here. As you can see, price has not touched the 200 EMA at all. So the next move, obviously, in the cycle is the W off the 200, back up to these highs. Market baseline is already above the static, so it needs to go below, give us that reload. All right. And that move will look something like this. This is a nice R to R2. Nice dollar for $2.50. Pretty sweet. All right, so this is clearly not happening today either. So this is a pass. I don't think I took this last one off. I didn't. Let me take both of these off. All right, cool. So on to AUD CAD. AUD CAD has a fresh 5200 cross as well, which you can see right here. This looks a little funny because we might possibly get this 5200 crossing to the downside, but since it hasn't happened just yet, the move is still to the upside, which is this W structure going back long to the upside. Market baseline is already below the static, so just need to finish it on out. That's the reload. And that move will look something like this. On this one, you need to close above the 50 because you don't want it to bounce off of it. Right? Minimum, oh, you can't even target the ADR high because it's not enough. You need to target probably this TD blue tracer here, which will give you $1.42. So much better move there, but we might not even get that set up because again, this might cross to the downside. So we'll wait it out, let price action tell the story. But today that's a pass. Next up is NU. NU was interesting because it kind of made the same move as AU. Right? We had this 5200 cross here. So we know we're in level 2. Looking for M's or M structures off the 200, which it gave us. All right, got this left shoulder, head, Quasimodo, right shoulder. Then it kind of runs down, tests those lows, retraces, drops down. Right now, you could have tried to take this move if you wanted to. It would have been very difficult. You really couldn't have taken this money trade here because if you look down, the RSI line is outside the band. So this is a pass. All right, so this is a pass altogether. We don't want to continue to try to take this short. This move is over with. The better move is to the upside. So this is a pass for today. And CAD looks just like NU, right? 5200 cross here. So you know you're in level 2. You're looking for that pattern off the 200, which I kind of gave you right here. Ugly, but it's still there. More like a half a bat. Same exact thing. Pulls back to the 50 and drops. But you cannot take this because of this RSI line is outside the band. That is a pass. This could easily come back and then drop, and you probably would get stopped out with this move. So you can't trade anything that's outside the band. It's outside the band, inside the band. You want to trade the second leg, not the first one. And moving on to NF. NF is hideous. This is probably the ugliest one on the chart outside of EG. This is super low, right? So we got like a leg over there, kind of got like 2 legs here. I want to see this come up, right? Create that low, then give us by this time, the 50 or 200 would be in cross to the upside, right? Like something like this. And I'll be looking for that W off the 200. Market baseline need to go above the static, then back below for the reload. And that move will look something like this. Stops below here, below the swing. TP would be the 800 EMA. 3 for 1. Not bad at all. That's not happening today, so this is a pass. AU is really close. AU yesterday. AU had news just like GJ had news at the same, whoa, that looks like this. At the same time, we had this 5200 cross here. All right, so you know you're in level 2. You're looking for some type of W structure off the 200. This one just gave you one leg, right? This was not cute at all. You was looking for a move like that, but it kind of just did like a V thing, V or U, whatever that is. So this is why you got to stay out of the ones that makes moves like this, because it's very, very tricky. You want it to close above, below, and back above. This got a lot of people, a lot. So watch out for that. Today, this is a pass. Then we got AF, which is the trade we are currently in. This is taken on the main account. We already booked some profits, took off a quarter. And we have the other 75% of the position running, right? So if you're seeing this today, you are more than likely in this trade right now. Reason being is you can easily see this 5,200 cross. So we know we're in level 2. We're looking for W structures off the 200 EMA. Market baseline is below the static, so the reload is there. And we have this beautiful, beautiful structure. I kind of gave you a little fake here, but that would be the move, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we are waiting to happen. No way we can lose money on this trade. We've already booked the profits. Something else we really like about this trade is the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, I just pointed out the W off the 200. What makes this an A+ trade, keep in mind, is anytime that there's 2 separate patterns or 2 separate setups on 2 separate time frames going in the same direction, it validates that pattern and gives you just that much more context. Right? So W off the 200 on the 1-hour chart, but on a 4-hour chart, we have a beautiful master trade. All right. Just gorgeous. We have our 1350 cross here. So you know you're in level 1 and you're looking for that first bounce move off the 200. I'm sorry, off the 50. Price runs up, doesn't touch the 200, kind of gives you a 2-leg thing going on here. And boom, that's the move we're predicting. Price has gone above the market baseline. As you can, market baseline has gone above the static. TDIs in order. Everything about this trade is nice. Everything. Which is why we are in it. And why we're in it at break even at this point, because it's just gorgy. Absolutely gorgy. Let me get all of this off of here. Keep that on. So yeah, we are currently in here. This is the trade of the day, probably the trade of the week, to be honest, guys. This candle has 24 more minutes on it. If we can get it to close above this previous structure here, or even better, close above this blue tracer here, my oh my, it's going to be beautiful. Right?
That one I can't get in, right? I got to wait until 10 o'clock.
No, that was silver. This one is dead. This one gone. You missed this one. This one is missed. So yeah, if he can get a close above this, this will be even better. Like, you can't take it from there, but we are looking. The next price point that it would probably bounce off of is about right here. So we want to see a close above this. This is why it's having a little bit of resistance at this level. All right, so we wanted to close above this and go ahead and finish the move on out. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful on AF. EF, we'll be looking at on EF. Yeah, EF is bottoming out. So we want this to, it's actually kind of ugly, but if he was to kind of force something, it would look something like this. You want to see the 50 and the 200 cross, see price run up, give you that W structure off this 200 EMA, and then run up to this 800. Market baseline will go above the static, then back below for the reload. And that move will look something like this. Taking this to the 800, I'm sorry. Nice, risking $1 to make $2.36. Not bad at all. This will take forever to happen, so that is a pass. CAD yen. CAD yen's ugly, but you can see the 5200 cross back here. So we know we're in level 2. And we're looking for a move off the 200 EMA, which if you look at this, once it crosses, you can see price has not touched the 200 EMA since. All right. So the next move you'll be looking for is this W off the 200, going back to the upside. Market baseline starting to slant down. We want to see it go below the static for this reload. And that move will look something like this. All right. Targeting that high, stop below the swing, risking $1 to make $2.57. Not bad at all. This will take a second to set up so that it's a pass for today. FJ, yeah, kind of already got something kind of drawn out, so I'll just leave that there. FJ is really high. Just want to see it go ahead and top out, break that zone, 5200 crossing. All right. Something like this. Market baseline going below the static, then back above like this for this reload. That's the move you want to look for on the downside on FJ. Other than that, that's a pass for today. CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss is easy to see because you can see this first 5200 cross. Market baseline price needs to make this W off the 200 going to the upside. Market baseline will go below the static, back above for the reload. And that move will look something to the long side like this. Target is high, ADR high. Will give you basically a 1 for 2, or you can target the 800, one of the two. So depending on which one you want or want to go for, obviously this one is much safer to go for the ADR high, but we will see what that looks like when we get there. Other than that, that is a pass for today. AN is really high. This is really ugly actually, so I'm not going to really draw this out. But we look for some move like this, break below, give us that M structure off that 200, then to the downside. And you can only trade this in Asia. Along with AJ, same thing exactly. All right, so this is topped out. I'm not going to draw. It's the same exact thing. And then lastly, NJ. NJ is really ugly. I would stay away from this one altogether. All right, and that is pretty much it for today. Only one that's really close that you can watch out for to really take at 10 o'clock once again is silver. All right, we want to see silver close. Will stay closed below this 13 EMA on a 4-hour chart. So it still has about 20 minutes on it. If this closes below here, then this will be confirmed. So watch out for that one. Other than that, guys, when it closes, you probably want to wait for a small pullback, right? So you can at least get a 1 for 1. I'm sorry, a 1 for 2 in here, and kind of see what that looks like. But yeah, other than that, that is it for the day. As I always say, if you guys want to check us out, join the stream, like, comment, drop us a comment. We'll get it answered. Yeah, all that good stuff, guys. In the meantime, you guys stay safe out there, and we will catch you on the next one. I'll take it easy.
Later.